I hope everybody had a good 4th of July by enjoying some fireworks, some good barbecue, being up on the grill, enjoying your time with loved ones. I just hope that everyone enjoyed the 4th of July. It was a lot better than DSP's DSP, where it was just him dealing with a lot of things known as scheduling, the tier maker list that was god-awful, and playing Street Fighter very poorly. But after that, he ended up playing Final Fantasy 16, complaining about how boring it is, but claims he loves the game, and then going on this bitch rant about how Diablo made a video about him that he likes it, but he claims that he did everything wrong. Come to the realization later that he ended up deleting that comment on Diaphone's video due to the fact that he was getting sick and tired of bullshit. So later on, he ended up going on his podcast to spout out even more bullshit.
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast.
My name is Eviga, and I'm covering this shitty video that Phil has made.
Today is Tuesday, July 4th, 2023, also known as Independence Day here in the United States. This is the day when we traditionally celebrate our Declaration of Independence from Great Britain.
God damn it, Memology. Why'd you have to add in that shitty little soundboard that he has?
Many years ago, back in 1776, I want to say.
Well, there you go. He actually got a piece of history right, even though he doesn't really know when it actually ended, though. Why do you have to go to try to figure out when the Declaration of Independence was signed and when America actually declared itself independent? It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Heard that apparently the day that the Declaration of Independence was signed was not the 4th of July. I guess this is just traditionally the day that we celebrate the event. So, many people today.
Then again, he really doesn't know his history at fucking all. But to give a little bit of history lesson for Phil, because he has no idea what he's talking about, and he wants to proclaim that, oh yeah, I know about my history. Oh no, that wasn't our history. Essentially, we declared our independence from Britain in 1776, but it was 2 days before July 4th. But the Declaration of Independence was ratified by the Congress 2 days after we declared our independence, aka July 4th. So there you go. Little history lesson for free.
We'll be doing all kinds of patriotic celebrations here in the United States. They'll be cooking out, they'll be drinking beer, they'll be blowing up things with fireworks.
Stuff that I don't do because I'm a fucking hermit.
Very unprofessionally and very uncarefully. Doing outdoor activities, etc.
Things that I don't do because I hate the outdoors.
Me? I'll be here all day streaming for you guys.
Because I hate going outside because it's too hot.
Of all the things for me to kind of hold off on and not play a lot, Final Fantasy would be the one. And quite frankly, if you guys didn't know, Final Fantasy is the least attended stream I'm doing right now. Yes, and it's the newest game. And it's the least attended stream. And the only thing I can attribute this to is that the game has too many goddamn cutscenes.
Okay, just for clarification, the reason why he's going on this little tirade about Final Fantasy 16 is when he played it, he kept saying he loved the game so fucking much. But later on, he kept saying in his own stream of Final Fantasy 16 that the game was boring because it had too many cutscenes and he didn't give a shit about the story. He just wanted to move on to the main story. He didn't care about the lore or just anything about the world within Final Fantasy. He just wanted to deal with the main story and just move the fuck on with it. So essentially, rush.
I'm sorry, but people want to see a game. They don't want to just sit around and watch me playing cutscenes all day. And every effing time I play Final Fantasy, half my stream is cutscenes. Yesterday was the same. We had just gotten out of an action-packed segment. I'm like, oh, this is great. Maybe it'll continue. Nope. 2 hours of boring cutscenes and really boring elaboration of plot that didn't matter. I don't care about the townspeople and the girl who lost her fucking comb, and now I have to go find her in the field, and she got killed by a bunch of enemies, and then you gotta go talk to a bunch of fucking, what were they? Women of the night, I guess you could call them. You know, I don't want to insult them.
You're not giving a shit about the game's lore. You don't care about the stories within the world of Final Fantasy 16. Instead, you just want to move on to the main event and just move on to something else. So it's clear as day, you do not like this game. It's not because of the cutscenes, Phil.
But it really had nothing to do with the plot. Literally, it had nothing to do with the plot of the game. And
fine. It might not have to do with the plot, but it has plenty to do with the lore.
That's what this game keeps doing. This game keeps going off in time-killing, boring-ass tangents that don't add anything to the plot of the game.
Well, it can give you some experience, can give you some items that you could use. I mean, there's a lot of things that the side content can offer you, Phil, but you just don't want to do it. This is just like Tears of the Kingdom all over again, but with that, you complained that the game was, in quotes, bloated. Is Final Fantasy 16 bloated, Phil? Or are you just bloated because you ate too many goddamn turkey dogs?
Then all of a sudden, an hour of amazing gameplay and plot. Well, why didn't we just get to that? Why did we have 2 hours of boring-ass fucking filler?
Because you have to work for it, Phil. You have to work for that stuff. It happens in any game that you play. You have some filler in between the story segments.
And everyone's bored with it, including me.
I thought you loved that game, Phil. I thought you loved Final Fantasy 16, and now it's boring? Oh, you better drop it.
The funny part is, Jasper, say hello. When we get to the good parts of the game, it's great.
Bye, Jasper. Bye, Jasper.
Like yesterday's last hour, we went to a dungeon. We fought a bunch of interesting enemies. There was a cool boss fight. Then there was another boss fight between the icons. So it's like freaking two kaiju monsters beating the shit out of each other.
And then I fought the monsters, and then I won. It sounds like he's telling a fucking school report when he's 5.
Then we had giant plot elaboration and a time lapse. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And then it's like, okay, is it back to boredom now? I'm just tired of the boredom.
Then drop the fucking game, Phil. If you do not like Final Fantasy 16, just fucking drop it. But then again, you're the one that wasted the money on it.
You have to get my interest. If in 15 hours I've played this game and only 5 hours have interested me, that's a problem with the game.
No, it's not. It is not a problem with the game. It is your problem. Other people can look at those 15 hours and be like, huh, this is actually pretty good. I like the world. I like the characters. I like the combat. But instead, that's your problem. That is your perspective of it. Everyone else's perspective might be entirely different than yours.
It's a big problem. And that's the problem I'm having with Final Fantasy 16 is the highs are very high, but then they put in all this shit that's boring. I shouldn't have played for 15 hours to get where I am. I should have played 5, and all the rest could have easily been cut out.
So, essentially, he wants the games that he's playing to be short. He wants them to be at least 10 to 20 hours long, then he can drop it and move on to the next game. But that's the problem with games nowadays. They're longer. They provide with more challenge or more interest within the story and the lore. But he doesn't want that. Instead, he wants games like this. He wants games that he can go, oh, I won. I beat the game. Move on to the next one, please.
But you know what it is? It's an RPG, and which is RPG, we have to give it a pass, right? No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Because RPGs are generally made to be that long. Sure, a lot of them have a slow start. Look at Persona 5. Has a very long start. You think that you can get through the tutorial. 5 hours in, you're still somewhat in the tutorial level. Until they tell you, hey, do whatever you want. And then you're good to go. Final Fantasy 16 is actually telling you more shit to do, but it's giving you some side content to do while exploring the world. But he doesn't want that. He wants the games like, I want to be in the tutorial level for 10 minutes. And that's all he wants.
No, we don't. We can demand better. Just because you bought the game for $70 and they claim it's 80 hours long, it shouldn't be 20 to 25 hours of good stuff and 60 hours of boredom.
Again, Phil, that is all based around your perspective.
And that's a major problem with the game. Everyone who shows up to my Final Fantasy streams complains that half the stream's boring because we're just sitting here watching fucking boring-ass cutscenes that have nothing to do with the plot.
Barely any people that showed up to your streams complained about that, Phil. Everyone else was just talking amongst themselves or saying, good job, Phil. You're doing so good.
And it really is, it drives me nuts.
What doesn't drive you nuts, Phil?
Seriously, like, there's people defending it right now in the chat. All right, I'm going to make an analogy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You just said that everybody was bored with it. Agreed. He said that everyone was bored with it. Now all of a sudden, people come out of the woodwork to defend the game. Which is it, Phil?
Let's imagine you're playing a game, all right? And the game is about, it's a sim game, right? The entire sim game is about, basically you raising a family inside your house. But then every time you leave and you go into the city, there's a bunch of distracting things there. Like there's a whole side quest about a burger shop. And all the people in the burger shop and their little menial tasks that they need to do, like they ran out of mustard. And you're going to help them out. You decided to help them. You're going to go find mustard and bring it to the burger shop and all of that.
What the fuck kind of analogy is this? That doesn't sound like an analogy, Phil. That just sounds like human everyday life. Yeah, you have a family, you go out to the city to do some errands, go to the burger shop, go to McDonald's to get some. Oh, they're out of mustard? Hey, that's not a fucking problem. Just go home.
By the way, it's incredibly time consuming. It's a bunch of very mundane, boring, blasé dialogue, and when you're done with the quest that takes 4 hours to do, you get nothing significant for it whatsoever. Oh, but it's world building because you wanted to know about the burger shop down the street from your house. But the fucking game is back at your house raising your family. Why the fuck do you care about the burger shop, and why did you waste 4 hours there?
What the fuck are you on about? Look at his face right now. He's looking at his chat going, yeah, that was pretty fucking intelligent. Yeah, they better agree with me or I'll ban them. That's what he's doing. He's trying to make a stupid ass point to try to make himself look intelligent with this. Oh, imagine this is a sim game. Oh, and then you ran out of this, you gotta do that, but it's world building. Oh, but I don't like world building. I just want to get to the action and go. That's what he wants. This whole analogy that he's saying is just really fucking piss poor.
That's Final Fantasy 16.
No, it's not. You just compared a video game to real fucking life, and you compared real life to a simulation, which now I'm kind of questioning. Are we in a simulation right now? Are you just a glitch in the fucking game?
Literally, here's your plot and what should be important, but go spend time with these other fucking things that have nothing to do with it. Why?
This is a really bad analogy, Phil. Come on. You could come up with something better, but you didn't. Instead, you compared Final Fantasy 16 to a quote-unquote sim game, which has no real correlation to Final Fantasy 16.
Let me play the game. Stop distracting me with boring bullshit.
You don't have to do the boring bullshit, Phil. You could just, I don't know, move on.
And that's Final Fantasy 16.
That is your opinion. No one has to agree with your fucking opinion.
Half the time, it's boring bullshit. Sorry, I want to play a fun game. I don't want to waste my time with my thumb up my ass waiting for the girl with the comb to emerge from the field.
Knowing Phil, he might enjoy that, actually. He just might just enjoy sitting there doing exactly what he said while looking for a comb. I think he would like that.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. But let me explain to you why this game is boring and getting salty about it.
I'm sorry. Maybe some people are just so desperate for stories and games they think this is fun.
Well, that's again dependent on people's perspective. A lot of people have that where they like the game's story, a game's lore, which is all good if you want to do so. It also helps out with people that want to platinum the game. Again, to each their own. Different strokes, different folks.
But to me, it really just drives me absolutely nuts. It does. And that's the thing. So everything I'm describing, right? It's like, so do I really want to play Final Fantasy 16 tomorrow?
No, just fucking drop it and move on with your goddamn life.
Well, here's the thing. I know the first half of the stream is going to be probably boring.
Well, then again, your streams are always boring.
And then we'll get to good stuff the last hour of the stream.
Yeah, that good stuff, you know how your stream is boring? The good stuff is when you leave.
Or I could continue my rise in Street Fighter 6. I can play with the characters I've been learning. I can
and get your ass kicked by competent players online.
Get better. It's action-packed.
By get better, he won't get better. Also action-packed. Well, no shit. Final Fantasy 16 is an RPG with action elements into it, while Street Fighter 6 is a fucking fighting game. No shit, there's gonna be action into it.
It's fun.
Not fun for you.
You know what I mean? So what do you think I'm gonna pick, right?
I'm gonna pick the one that I'm not a Street Fighter guy, but I'll certainly play the hell out of Street Fighter 6.
What do you seriously think I'm gonna pick between the two? Money.
Yeah, he'll pick the one that makes him money, supposedly.
Sorry, but yeah, these game developers making RPGs need to do a better job.
So, you're going after Square Enix, who is considered one of the godfathers of fucking RPGs. You're telling them to do better. Even though it has been anticipated and it's been critically acclaimed for being one of the better Final Fantasies, a lot better than 15, and that it has more of an action base to it, which people really enjoy. Sorry, Phil, you just need to stream games better.
It's gotten to the point where every game has to be 80 hours long, but if half the time I'm not having fun, then fuck this.
Then just give the fuck up.
Why play every RPG if every RPG is the same? They're all just time wasters.
They're not the fucking same, Phil. Some of them are turn-based, some of them are action-based, some of them are strategy, tactical. I love how he's making this comparison of all RPGs are the same.
I don't want to waste my time. And it's sad because, again, A game like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like almost 50 hours in now. I want to say I'm like 45, 46 hours in. Yeah.
And you complained that the game was bloated, saying that there was stuff that doesn't add into the world when it does. Add into the content, which it does. You just want to make these comparisons, like making the contrarian route to say that you really enjoy this game, but you don't really enjoy it at the same time.
45 hours in as of last night. You want to know the truth? Last night's stream was amazing.
No, it wasn't, Phil. It was really boring.
We had a lot of fun.
No one had fun with this, Phil.
Last night, we completed a quest that was meaningful. We went to Hyrule Castle. We're exploring this creepy-ass dungeon. There's mobs of enemies that are unique and interesting. There's a really unique boss fight. It was challenging. Man, I had to pump a bunch of items.
It wasn't really unique, Phil, because we've seen shit like this in all the other Zelda games. So it wasn't really unique.
I got rewarding weapons at the end. I was like,
no, you didn't. You got gloom weapons, and then you dropped them. Say, oh, it takes away my health? Drop. I don't need this.
This is amazing, right?
Yeah, this is amazing. Drops all the good weapons because it drains your health.
So these games have high highs. There's streams that are really good of each game.
Even though there's plenty of clips like going around the internet of you doing otherwise. You're not having fun with it. You're bitching and complaining at Nintendo for adding elements that they already had in Breath of the Wild.
Really? But so I don't want to crap on these games. Oh, they suck. They don't.
You always shit on every game that you play, Phil.
They don't suck. The problem is they don't know how to pace and they don't know how to retain interest.
Even though Final Fantasy 16 actually has good pacing, good writing, good everything, but you're complaining about it because you don't like good stories.
It's be like going to the movies to see a 3-hour movie and you're fucking bored for 2 hours and only 1 hour is interesting. Then the movie is bad.
No, it's not, Phil. It just means that you just didn't care for the movie. I've seen movies that are 3 hours long. The Irishman's 3.5 hours long. Parts of it may be a little bit bored, but it picks up. It's all in the matter of how they're pacing it and how they're telling a story. They're showing you what's going on in the story. They're not telling you. Because show, don't tell is one of the common things in storytelling. You don't like this.
You get that? It's bad.
You get that? You're stupid.
But for a video game, we give it a pass. Why?
Because Final Fantasy 16 is good.
Why? No, the whole game should be bad.
The whole game should be bad, even though you were bored with it, and other people can play the game and enjoy for themselves. So no, just because of what one person says, doesn't mean the game is bad in its entirety. It's the same thing with journalists. If a journalist says that a game is bad, but people that have played it really enjoy it, it doesn't mean jack shit.
But, excuse me, the whole game should be good.
Yeah, I love that Freudian slip of, oh, the game's bad. No, wait, it should be good. Which is it, Phil? Is it bad or is it good?
Anso Kamara, at this point, you're spouting such nonsense.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's probably going to kick this person out. Oh, God. What did they say, Phil?
Literally just says, the pointless side quests are not time wasters.
Thank you. They're side content. They're not pointless. They're good time wasters. Like, that's the difference, though. Time waster is usually a word to describe something to pass the time, either in a good way or a bad way. The side content in Final Fantasy 16 are considered good time wasters. Like, just sitting around doing nothing and just procrastinating when you should get something productive done is considered a bad time waster, but it's all depending on perspective.
The side quest, where there's two people sitting on a bench in the middle of the city who have no significance to anything in the plot, and they're hungry, and you have to go to the inn and talk to 3 people to find a dish of food sitting on top of a bureau, and you pick the food up and you walk back and you hand them the plate of food, and they reward you with like 2 experience and a gill bug. That's significant.
Yes, it is. It is significant to the game's lore and world building, but you don't like world building. You don't like interesting lore. You just want to rush through the story, get it done as fast as humanly possible, and then just drop the game forever. And then go on to talk about in your best and worst games of 2023, and you're going to put this game in somewhere in the high lows.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, see? Get the fuck out. He's going to ban you. Yeah. Fuck yourself, Philip.
And the thing is, that's the majority of side quests so far in Final Fantasy 16. They are boring-ass time wasters.
Again, that's all in the matter of perspective. What that person said just proved your ass wrong, and you don't like it. You do not like it when people tell you something completely different to what you're saying, to what you're spouting to be quote-unquote gospel. it's bullshit to other people. Again, what is a god of scrubs and loserdom to a non-believer?
So don't give me that crap. You are so full of it. What
Don't give me that shit, I'm gonna ban you.
it is you like the game, which is fine. I like the highs of the game.
You don't really like this game at all, Phil. Just shut up.
But I'm not going to sit here and lie about the game and say that everything's good. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Even though throughout that entire stream you said that you loved Final Fantasy 16, and now you're playing the contrarian route saying that you hate the game for bullshit reasons.
Oh, you didn't like the comb retrieval mission? Oh. Man, let me tell you.
Way to mock your fucking audience, Phil. That's what you're doing right now. You're taking someone that liked the game's side content and you're just shitting all over their opinion and telling them that they're wrong. You're trying to gaslight them to believing that they're wrong. Even though the one that's usually wrong in these cases is you.
Because what's going to happen is at the end of the game, you're fighting the final boss. And when all hope is lost and all the chips are down, you're going to pull out the comb and you're going to go doink and poke him in the eye. He's going to go, ah, my one weakness. Ah.
Phil thinks he's really funny with this. I'm going to tell him this for the record. He is not funny. Instead, he is just a toxic, strange little man that thinks that he's spouting off intelligent conversation, when in reality, he looks like a homeless man with a fucking bottle of gin next to him that's somewhat close to empty, and he's holding up a sign that says, "We'll stream for food, snort." So after he was done making fun of people that like Final Fantasy 16 on his podcast, he actually went on to play Street Fighter. The main event, as it were. Because he loves Street Fighter, he's always really good at Street Fighter, so anyone that says I'm bad at Street Fighter can get the fuck out of here. Well, there's a lot of salt to be had in these fights, so let's get started.
Two major reasons why the voting was skewed towards Ryu, and here's what I think they were. First of all, as you know, I have a bunch of hate-watching trolls who are a bunch of mouth-drooling idiots.
Even though a lot of these mouth-drooling idiots that you love to make fun of actually have better lives than you.
And they like to see me lose. I'm actually decent at Street Fighter 6.
Even though your gameplay proves otherwise.
I think what it is because I lost so much on Friday with Ryu, knowing that I'm at a higher ranking than I really should be. Right now I'm at 5-star platinum, okay?
Originally you were at Diamond, which, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused just like you. But figured out that the reason why you're in Diamond is because you put yourself in advanced rank. Anytime that you're trying to do anything, saying that, oh, I'm really good at Street Fighter, and then you played with Ryu and got Diamond, which automatically got reduced down to 5-star platinum.
I think that these people, these hate watchers, want to see me get beat up more. And so they're like, well, out of all those characters, who will Phil get beat up with more? Probably Ryu.
Even though this is what your fans voted for, not us.
And that's wrong. I can't dash cancel. Wow. That was Fireball. I wanted Fireball.
I wanted Fireball puts an emotion while walking.
Wow, did you hear that? I did throw and I got nothing. What's going on?
Because you were getting hit, Phil. That's the reason why the throw didn't work.
That was neutral medium punch. Neutral medium punch gave me overhead. Yeah, this is bad. I'm missing a ton of moves. I'm not dash canceling. I do dash, no medium kick fireball, I get uppercut, and then I do neutral punch and I won the round and it gives me overhead.
Because you're not putting in the right input. You don't even know how to dash cancel properly. The only reason why you're proclaiming you do is because you're trying to sound smart, which you're not.
Then it dropped my fireball on fight. What is going on?
Because you weren't putting in the input?
I swear that's supposed to be safe at distance, and apparently it's not because she just punished it.
Because you weren't blocking and you weren't attacking, Phil.
Everyone I see online does that, and if they get away with it, every time I try to do it, I get hit. I'm really confused about that, honestly.
Because you're not good with Ryu at all, and you just let Lady Gaga beat you up?
First, I tried low medium kick, it dropped the medium kick, it didn't come out, and then she got the throw.
You fail to realize why Manon is such a good character, especially with her throws.
I parried, and somehow she pressed the button again, and it hit me after the parry.
Let's go back. So he says that he parries. Let's go here.
And then she got throw.
Let's go here. You dropped the parry. That's why. Because it only works for one. You let go of it trying to go for an attack, and you got hit. So you weren't parrying, Phil. You did it one time, then dropped it.
I don't know why.
I don't know why I'm so bad at fighting games. I know the fundamentals, you guys.
Yep. I can't be. No stick revives. Please stop talking about my arcade stick. Stop. It's not my arcade stick.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. So, yeah, well, I'm just going to go with this, though, Phil. You didn't try to bait anybody. You used Drive Impact. They saw it coming, and they used it right back. Also, yeah, Diaphone's video really did make him act like this. Due to the fact that he had, like, a whole, oh, but he was so nice to me, you guys, even though there's a part of the video that he actually was just killing Phil with kindness.
He's like, oh, is your arcade? It's not my fucking arcade stick. Stop it.
It is, Phil. It is your arcade stick.
Really? It's me. Stop trying to blame the equipment, man. It's
even though that's what you're doing, Phil. You always blame your stick. It's like, I tried putting it in, but it dropped my moves, you guys.
me. I gotta get better at the game.
Yeah, you have to get better at this game? No. You're already claiming that you're good at this game, but you're really not.
That is not what I swear I did low medium kick.
Even though you parried, which was a decent move, but apparently that's not the move you wanted.
Wow. Oh, again. I tried to block and then do something on reaction. I get hit by the kick. Like,
because you got hit, you didn't do anything.
what on earth? Oh, again.
Again, you lose.
I seriously don't know why I can't do anything mid-screen on reaction. I can't block her jumps. It doesn't work.
Dear God. 1-4. Damn. You really suck at Ryu, and yet you're still fighting this Manon multiple times.
Trying so hard, I can't even block the jumps.
Block the jump? Blocking overhead, which you can do, you just don't know how to do it.
That's it. It's just constant drop moves at this point. And I don't know if it's the matchup against this person with our connection together.
Nope, it's not the connection, because it's at 57. It's going in between 50 and 60, so it's definitely not the connection. It's not the game's fault for dropping your inputs. It's you. But it's also your fight stick, because you just keep doing.
But I literally can't get half my moves out. It's pretty bad.
Because it's all on you. You're not putting in the right moves. Or if you do use the right moves, you're doing them after you already inputted a move in. Yeah, mashing that fucking button. I'm done with this. Oh, Jesus Christ. 6-1. Manon immediately just crushed you.
I play someone else. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. So she's just standing there doing her mid-range, really safe normals. I can't seem to have an answer for it at all.
Are they really safe, though, Phil? Because they're going in while you're trying to attack and whooping your ass.
Everything I did either got stuffed or my move literally did not come out. Half the time.
Because you didn't input them in, Phil. Or you're trying to input them after you already inputted another move.
And I don't know what the problem is there.
Well, it's clearly a skill issue, so it's you.
Again, you gotta think that it's probably me, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, it is you, because you're not doing it right. But I also love his name, Suck D's Nuts.
Everything he did from mid-range beat everything I tried.
Yeah, because this Guile clearly knows what he's doing. Suck D's knows exactly how to play Guile.
Don't know what I'm supposed to do.
And he's a 1-star platinum, and he whooped your ass.
I literally can't do anything. Every button he's pushing is counter hitting me.
Well, not really, though, because you jumped and he attacked you. If it would have said counter hit, then he was counter hitting you or punishing you. But, no. See, what you're doing is a counter hit. What Guile is doing is not. That was a punish counter. That's what he did. While you were attacking, he attacked right back and won. See? He won.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I got hit.
Because you were trying to dodge and you weren't quick enough to block?
Stuffs everything I do. Literally stuffing every move I do.
Because you're trying to attack and Guile is getting you with the attack. His attack animation is a little faster than yours.
It didn't combo.
Nope, because he was blocking, Phil. He actually ducked and blocked. So that's why you didn't get a combo.
I did two jabs into light kick Tatsu. It didn't combo.
Because blocking. Hey! Oh, I can't say cheeks. That's insulting. Hey, it's cushions!
Wow.
Wow, I couldn't do my drive impact because they're mashing. Even though they saw it coming a mile away. And he could have countered it right back with his own drive impact, but he didn't.
That's it. All because I decided to do drive rush, which everyone says is so good. She just does drive impact, goes right through it.
Yes, it went through it. I had to let that animation finish. I'm sorry. But it went through it because you weren't blocking after that. You went in for the attack, and as soon as you did, drive impact. So this Kami, Maverick, knows exactly what they're doing.
I don't get it. I don't get drive rush being good with these characters. I just don't understand it.
It works when it comes to dealing a lot of damage. Drive rush moves always do so. But you don't get the timing of them, and you don't know when to execute them. Which is why you're losing matches in casual.
Maybe it's just not my kind of gameplay, but I can't use it.
Well, this isn't really your kind of game anyway. Sure, it has Street Fighter in the name, but this is clearly not your game.
Try so hard. This person, just everything just always cancels with the drive impact.
Well, yeah, due to the fact that you're using it. It's a good counter. That is the downfall for drive impact. It is a good move, don't get me wrong. But if you constantly use it and your opponent sees it, no shit, they're going to use it right back at you. Because the second person will always win.
Every fucking time. I can't use it once. Every time I do it, they cancel right into it. Every move they do.
Yeah, they will always use it because it's a good counter move. Plus, it's also very useful with the drive meter. It's always good to perform really good EX drive combos.
No! I thought she had the range, yeah.
Yeah, you whiffed it, Phil. At least you're admitting that you whiffed it for once.
I thought she was going to land right in front and the Shoryuken would hit, but no. That dive kick is tricky. And
even if you tried, you still wouldn't have hit because she was at a safe distance. You still wouldn't have hit it anyway. GG's Maverick, you sure know how to play fucking Cammy well.
I don't know. I'm taking the advice and the advice doesn't work. I really, the advice, it seems like the things I was doing earlier with Ryu were working better than taking the advice.
So I'm going with a hunch with it. It's not only his fans, but it's what Diaphone's advice that he was giving in his video. He's blaming that guy for it. Which is really sad though, because Diaphone's video of Phil's gameplay was really good. I highly recommend it. Even though it was Darkside Phil related, it was still a really good video and a good analysis of his gameplay.
That was parry. Nothing.
That was an amazing throw combo, I'm not gonna lie.
Let me try a drive rush. Oops, looks like drive impact beats it clean and there's no point to doing drive rush.
Oh, I thought I was watching a good and competent gameplay video. Oops, all scrubs.
Wow.
That was a beautifully execution of the drive impact, because as soon as it was close to hitting, drive impact. Maverick knows what they're doing with Cammy.
Recover and can immediately do drive impact.
Yeah, because Cammy has a good wake up and is very, very quick.
It's like, what the hell? Everything they do. I feel like Blanca's throw range is much better than Ryu.
No, Blanca is not really a good character at all. You just like Blanca because you could spam the ball, throw, little Blanca Chandal, block, throw, Blanca ball. Oh, I won!
I just dash canceled and won the game, but it didn't come out. Yeah, I lost because it doesn't dash cancel. I did low, medium kick, dash.
No, you did not. You just stood there trying to block, duck, got you with the fucking low. You didn't do anything, Phil. Stop making excuses.
Cancel nothing.
Also, if that was the case, we would hear your hooves smashing on that fucking joypad.
The problem is, Ryu is great if you can keep drive rushing or dash canceling.
Which clearly you are not.
I can't get them to consistently work, so I can't win. His normals aren't good enough to carry him. He needs all the tech.
Like I said, Phil, he is mostly an all-balanced character. He's good if you know how to use him right, but not everybody's gonna go straight for Ryu. It's all in the matter of preference, like I keep saying.
What the? Drop the combo again!
Because they were blocking and ducking!
Oh my god, every time I have a chance to win. Seriously, every fucking time I have a chance to win. Level 3 super, I'm done.
No. That was beautifully timed from Maverick in a very good clutch.
Every time I have a chance to win, I drop the combo. And I know the combos, I can't get them. I can't get any combos, man.
No, you can't get any combos with it at all because you don't know how to use Ryu. Like I said, GG's for Maverick for pulling the clutch.
No.
Oh, you still hadn't had enough. 5-win streak against you. God damn. You love being a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
Low medium punch for the combo. It's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable.
His gameplay looks exactly like that crushed car. It's so bad, but you can't help but wonder how it got in that situation.
I know what to do, but I can't get anything to come out, man. No hurricane kick.
Because you weren't doing the, I don't know.
It's just like missed move after fucking missed move after missed move. Like,
because you're not doing any moves at all.
She's ready. Always ready.
Because this Maverick, aka Cammy's, knowing what they're doing.
Literally always ready. Can't block. Tried.
You didn't try. And you couldn't even do anything because you were burnt out. You would have lost either or. And he's taking a sip of that water because he hates his life.
Tried to block, couldn't block it.
Again, he would have gotten chipped if that was the case.
Cammy wins.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It's like the same with Manon. This fucking Cammy. Gotcha. GG's Maverick. And GG's to Suckdies.
Try someone different. I mean, I've already lost her 6 times in a row. I think that's enough, right?
Clearly not enough.
Or I swear, every time I'm in the corner, and I go to do that medium punch into the palms, into the juggle combo, I get overhead.
Because you're in the corner, and that's where they can wail out on you. They can fucking use every single attack on you. You're in the corner. The only way to get out of the corner is if you know how to throw properly. But you don't. You don't know how to parry, block, or do any smart moves with a drive impact. Instead, you're just still stuck in the corner, bitching and whining about how they're being scrubs. Why? I'm the best. I'm good with Ryu.
Every time. And I swear after the wall bounce, I'm going to neutral and just pressing medium punch. So how is the game reading a direction?
I don't know, because they don't input your moves right, supposedly.
It's very weird.
How's it weird, Phil? It's clearly a skill issue when you get stuck in the corner and you're not doing anything in your power to get out. Instead, you just let them wail on you and they win.
So again, I don't know if it's me. I don't know.
It's clearly you, Phil. Stop lying to yourself.
You guys haven't noticed I've completely and utterly ignored the idiotic stuff that people are saying in the chat today?
If you would have ignored it, Phil, you wouldn't have brought this to our attention.
Like, literally insanely stupid stuff. Like, some people just demanding constantly that I go to ranked gameplay.
Well, Phil, they want you to go to ranked. It's not because the detractors want me to go to rank and get salty. It's because that's what your fans want to see. Your audience wants you to go to ranked. But you're reading going, oh, these fucking idiots, they came back again with their sock accounts.
Right? Demanding. Like, dude, can you not see I don't have basics down with Ryu?
Even though you had ample opportunity to learn the basics with Ryu. You had people giving you tips of how to use Ryu, and you completely ignored them.
Why would I sit there in ranked playing when I can't do basics? The people who are in ranked are people who've been practicing playing. At 5-star platinum, these are people who've been using these characters non-stop for a month since the game came out, and they've gotten really good. They've got great execution. They've got mix-ups. They've got everything.
So that was worth ripping off your gunner glasses to compliment people that actually know what they're fucking doing. Even though every single time you go up against competent players, you're bitching and complaining that they're mashing buttons and that they're scrubs and using scrub tactics. Even though that's clearly you.
I've got nothing. I'm literally at day one, square one with this character.
No, you played Ryu in the beta. You should have learned everything with Ryu by then, but you don't retain information.
And you think that I should just play ranked? You have to be a moron.
Well, Phil, every single time that you played this game, when you played online, you immediately go into ranked. That's your mentality every single time. Even Diaphone said that you going to ranked is never a good idea.
The other advice I could give here is DSP queued up for rank like immediately after.
This.
If you get heated on something, you know, take a quick walk, take a quick breather. This isn't the mindset you want to go into playing their match.
But you still do it anyway. Now you're in casual due to the fact that you listened to Diaphone's video and you just started going into casual. Even though you don't know what you're doing with ranked or casual. Any character you play, you don't know what you're doing.
That's why there's been a group of people in chat all day saying it, and I've literally avoided it.
If you would have avoided it, you wouldn't have brought it up. You would have just gone to the next match, but no, you brought it up again.
Well, I'm not even going to touch that because they're so dumb.
You're not going to touch it, but you're going to talk about it.
And the reason is they just want to see me go and lose my ranking, and then they can laugh, because they're morons. I will not learn playing people who are at the top of their game.
Phil, didn't you say that in order to be a good loser, you have to accept your licks, take your licks, pull yourself back up from the bootstraps, and move on? That was clearly you, Phil.
If I can't even do basic combos when I'm doing against casuals, how the hell would I do that in ranked, you know? It makes...
I don't know, go to the lab, train off screen, but oh wait, you don't do this because you claim that you love video games, but you'll never play them off screen.
No sense. And what's the difference between a casual match and a ranked match? It's not like I'm not getting challenged. These people are beating me.
Casual, you'll go up against anybody. That's iron, bronze, gold, silver, platinum, diamond, master. Going up against everybody with all the ranks. Ranked is that you're going against somebody with the same skill level as you. Take, for example, up there, your platinum rank right there. You're going up against people of that same ranking as you. There you go. There's the difference of you, and I didn't even charge a dime.
I mean, I think I'm even now. I think I'm 23 and 23. So it's certainly not like, oh, Phil, it's boring to watch casual play because you're just getting dominating wins. I'm not.
Phil, you're not getting dominating wins. Even if you, quote-unquote, did get these wins, it's all based around scrub tactics, or the person that you're playing up against doesn't know what they're doing.
I'm losing a ton. So the only complaint you have is that you're a fucking idiot who thinks that ranked play only counts because you want to see me lose a ton. So that's why I'm ignoring these idiots.
You're good job of ignoring these people, Phil.
Can't get any matches now. Seems like they'll not be working again. Okay.
No, Phil, they're working. It's due to the fact that every time you're getting a match, they're declining you.
Take out this one too. I just banned like 5-6 people because obviously I said I'm not going to name anyone by name. Give
5, 6 bans.
them attention, so then they all speak up and they're all out.
You gave them attention by talking about them, Phil. Sure, you didn't have to tell them by name, but you gave them the attention. They riled you up, and now you're getting salty about it.
All morons. All right, guys, if you could Support the stream today, that'd be great. As simple as a like is a great way to support, or a super chat, or a membership. We have a lot of viewers and no memberships whatsoever today.
I gotta keep begging, guys. That's the only way I can keep my channel afloat. My channel's on live support, guys. I need a little bit more.
And it's kind of been like that all month. It's kind of weird that people do support the Street Fighter streams, but rarely with memberships. I don't get that.
I want organic growth when y'all give me memberships, even though it's not organic growth at all.
Alright, I'm just banning everyone who's still complaining about no ranked matches. I don't care.
Jesus Christ, I thought you weren't talking about this, Phil. But yet you're continuing to talk about it.
It's fun to do this. I love people who just sit around and want to bitch about the quality of the stream. And
Phil, most of them are just asking for ranked matches. They're not even demanding it. They're just like, hey, why don't you play ranked matches? I'm just gonna ban you. You're a fucking idiot.
I have nothing constructive to add. The matches are close. I just got a positive win-loss record. I'm like 34-29 according to Lady L.
Jesus Christ. And now you just immediately name drop somebody, but Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm barely just crawled myself out of an insanely negative win-loss ratio in casual, and you're complaining about the quality of the matches, so enjoy your ban and don't come back.
Honestly, this is just coming from me. If you're trying to calculate win-loss ratios, I would not include casual matches. Just due to the fact that you're going up against someone in ranked, that's entirely different, because it actually counts towards your skill, counts towards your ranking. Casuals, not so much.
Complete idiots.
Yeah, Phil, you're definitely a fucking idiot, but yet anyone else that's asking for ranked, yeah, they're clearly the fucking idiots. Even though you're not giving your fucking audience what they want. No wonder why you're not getting those members.
I mean, those people are just here, literally just to complain.
Get the fuck. So, every single one of your audience or viewers are asking for something different?
People who just sit around are just going to complain about everything on the stream. If I played ranked the entire day and I won, it would have been, oh, you're cheap, you're cheating, or this is boring, it's OP, switch characters.
Even though clearly every single character that you play as that's not Blanca or anyone that you can immediately use scrub tactics against, clearly they're not OP. But you're constantly complaining about how nobody likes my gameplay and they're complaining, but yet they're the ones that are complaining. Good logic.
If I played ranked all day and lost, they would have said, oh, you see, you suck ass, you're terrible.
Which you clearly are.
You should practice, haha.
Even though that advice of practicing is not a bad piece of advice, but you just like to ignore it.
Look at your terrible record. Like, no matter what I did, it would have been a complaint.
I keep doing everything right, but they're saying that I'm wrong. I'm always wrong, even though I'm doing everything right.
Can't block on reaction. He dashed twice. I down back. Can't block it. That was EX Fireball on opening.
Even though it wasn't EX Fireball.
Literally can't do anything. It's just a guess mix-up.
You couldn't do anything regardless, because guess what? You're in the corner.
Completely safe for Ken unless I'm mashing OD Dragon Punch. 100% safe mix-up for Ken. I can't do anything about it. I'm going to either eat it or get lucky or mash out a Reversal Dragon.
You would never even guess the right move if you tried using Ken, or just any character up against Ken, because you would still lose. Oh hey, now we moved on from Ken to JP.
What happened? I was in the middle of fucking blocking.
No, you weren't, Phil. Even if you were, you lost because you dropped the block. Not gonna lie, you got extremely fucking lucky there, because that JP whiffed it.
Right in the middle of blocking, he starts pressing buttons and hits me as a full combo.
Because you weren't blocking, you dropped the block.
I wasn't trying to do nothing.
I wasn't trying to do anything. If you weren't doing anything, that explains why you're getting hit, Philip.
Don't know why I'm getting hit.
Because they were hitting low. You were blocking high.
Don't know why I'm getting hit.
Because JP teleported and started attacking you from behind. This JP definitely knows what they're doing.
I have no idea. I'm not open. I'm not attacking.
Even though you got attacked from behind.
Why the fuck did I just lose all this health? He teleport drop kick. I did nothing. I did empty jump. He fucking is able to do a giant, insane combo off of it, completely unearned.
It was completely earned, Phil, because this person, Igor, knows how to use JP well. I mean, look at his skill ranking. He has a 5-star platinum while using JP. He knows what he's doing. Clearly, you don't like it when people with competent skill go up against you because you want to use scrub tactics with the throws, the same moves over and over. But if they mix it up and do something different, oh no, I don't like that. Just stay there and let me win.
Completely unearned.
I like that. It's actually a good way to end it with JP's kick. Such an amazing kick.
Fuck this, man. Stupid. You didn't catch me. I empty jumped and waited, and the game gave you a giant combo.
By him teleporting. So he did earn it.
That was Dragon Punch.
No, it wasn't, Phil. No, it was not.
See? He gets away with so much. He drops my move. Look at the damage he gets off of a fucking dropped Dragon Punch.
Pretty good damage, I'm not gonna lie. See, that's what he kept doing, Phil. You're going after him, he's teleporting, getting you from behind, catching you off guard. Again, Igor knows what he's doing with JP.
Again, what the hell? I didn't attack. Oh my god.
And you whiffed that Dragon Punch.
He's insanely lucky. It just keeps dropping the counter moves I'm doing to stop his gameplay.
You're clearly not stopping all the counters, Phil, because he's countering you right back.
God damn it, man. I'd love to know what you're supposed to do because it's a mix-up, but I don't know how to stop the mix-up. You go to either... I was over it. You go to either side.
No, you weren't over it, Phil, because you still got hit.
And I don't know what to do. He's mixing it up back and forth. One way I should be able to block.
Oh, yep. See, he's losing his ranking now because he's in ranked. Holy shit. I just now realized that.
Block it. The other way, it won't block it. It just hits me anyway. It's like, what the fuck? I'm not attacking?
Again, he was catching you off guard by teleporting behind you. GG's to Igor for catching you off guard and winning.
I should be able to empty jump and just block. But it's giving him hits, which is stupidity.
It's giving him hits because he's teleporting. How many times have I have to tell him that he's teleporting?
It's not skills. I'm just going to throw out a pattern. It is online
Even though he's using skill against you while you're trying to win with luck.
pattern. And now I can't get around it. I hate that shit.
Like I said, you just hate competent players. You just want them to stand there and let you win.
He got away with so many bullshit jump-ins that I absolutely anti-aired, and the game would not give me my fucking anti-air.
Even though it did try to give you an anti-air, but it was way too fucking late. Hey, it's the boy! Jamie! The drunken kung fu master. Oh, he's a diamond. Oh, fuck.
Of course! Random drive impact.
This person, Andy Mari, knows exactly what to use against you with Jamie. He knows how to use Jamie, so GG's. Oh, there was nothing you could do with that, Phil. You landed, goddamn, got punched in the dick and lost.
Nothing I can do. It drops too many things. I can't fucking play, man.
Because you were jumping, and also you were burnt out, so there's nothing you could really do to stop anything.
I don't know what to say.
There you go, you figured out how to counter up against a drive impact. How long will it be since you'll forget this?
I didn't even do anything. Again, I didn't fucking do anything.
Because he got you with low?
That's it. Just random drive impact again. Stuffs everything.
Damn, he was fucking teabagging you and everything. Jesus.
No point.
Wow, he actually won without really using the Rekka much. Yeah, granted, he did use the Rekka here, but he wanted to get the long hair down and all over the place when he goes up against his victory screen. So, honestly, GG's for actually going up against Phil without having to need the Rekka.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know. I don't know how to fucking play this guy online. I can't fucking play Ryu in ranked.
Wait, hold on. I have to check something.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know. I don't know how to fucking...
Okay, so he actually lost multiple. I thought he actually quit like a bitch.
I can't fucking play Ryu in ranked online. I can't do it. My reactions there's no response.
Jamie is a flowing character. He's like Cammy in the fact that he is very fast. Jamie's biggest thing with him is the Rekka. When you get him into a drunken frenzy, he will like double his attack. So he's really good. Weak until you fill him up with the Rekka, he's really good. Jamie is a really good fucking character. Phil just doesn't like characters like Jamie or Cammy due to the fact that they're incredibly quick.
Right in the middle of something where it looks like it's time to do something, nothing. It'll just drop every time over and over. They're like, I can't do anything.
No, because you don't know jack shit of how to win against Jamie. So, GG's to Andy Monterey for beating you.
Nah, it's dropping my moves, man. It's bad. What? Now I can't block. Yeah, the connection's absolutely terrible. What a great fucking ranked match this is.
It's not really the connection's fault. The connection actually dipped high to like 120, and it went back down to 70. So this is not a bad connection. Connections that I've seen you go up against and go up to the thousands, those are bad connections.
Atrociously bad connection.
The connection's fine. It's actually flowing smoothly. You're just complaining for the sake of complaining.
No EX! Oh, I gotta cancel anyway! Oh shit, I gotta cancel anyway.
Might not win from that.
So sweet. It's not gonna kill him though. Notice how the connection has gone to complete shit when he...
Hold on, let's go back. Let's check that connection. I'm gonna go back and check on that connection. Let's go back and see that. Yeah, the highest it'll go up to is 155. It's not like it's going up to the thousands. But Phil's gonna make up a bullshit excuse to why he lost this match. Like he always does.
Notice how the connection has gone to complete shit when he did his level 2 super. Look, we were at 60 to 80 milliseconds the whole match. Now we're at 150. What happened?
It could be that one of everybody's connections, yours, his, dipped up, so the ping was higher. That could be why. It's a normal occurrence. But what do you have to say on that, Phil?
Why, when he activated his level 2 super, did the connection get bad?
Because it was the server's end.
What happened? What the fuck was that?
Like I said, server connection issues.
Are you kidding? It's unplayable now.
No, it's still playable, Phil. You're just complaining for no reason.
He's not gonna opt to end it. He's not gonna opt to end the match. I think he did it on purpose.
No, Phil. A lot of the times this happens. It always happens in online games. You'll come up against a match. Doesn't matter if it's Street Fighter or Call of Duty, where the ping will go up immensely. It's due to the fact it's the server issue. It's not his issue or yours. It's the server issue.
Because how was I winning? I was winning. Look at the match. Look how worse it's getting. Are you fucking shitting me? This guy fucking blatantly cheats. Are you
He's not cheating, Phil. God fucking damn, you fucking scrub.
shitting me? This has to be a cheater.
It's not a cheater, Phil. If it was a cheater, he wouldn't be playing up against you right now.
Look, I can't even move. Are you kidding me? Wow, now I get to lose a match against a fucking lag cheater.
How is he lag cheating, Phil? Please tell us, how the fuck is he lag cheating?
Are you shitting me?
Hey, look, Phil, it went back down to almost 80 ping. So, clearly he's not cheating.
Of course! Yes! Of course! I hit him with a jump kick. He landed and got to throw me before I could do something.
Yes, because he woke up quickly and recovered. That's the reason why he could go up against you.
Because the lag is so bad, the game didn't have him fall how he was supposed to fall.
Let's go back to that, shall we? Yeah, see right there? Hold on. For Phil, because he clearly watches our content, let's look at this yet again. Yeah, he already recovered once. He recovered once, and then he recovered again. Quickly. So, this guile knows how to do really quick wake-up recoveries. Phil does not know how to do that at all, and he's like, what? He cheated!
I hit him with a jump kick. He landed and got to throw me before I could do something.
No, Phil, he clearly got on the ground and recovered quickly.
Because the lag is so bad, the game didn't have him fall how he was supposed to fall.
He fell the exact same way that he would normally fall, Phil. He just recovered quickly.
So he landed in a different spot and got a throw.
No, Phil, he landed in the same spot. But you want to make up excuses that he cheated.
Even though I was supposed to get a combo.
No, Phil, you didn't even get a combo because he threw you, breaking the combo cycle.
So I lose because the guy obviously cheats.
He didn't cheat, Phil. It was just a server connection issue. That's the reason why. But you're making up excuses and making up bullshit theories that he's cheating.
That's just great. I was winning. The first match, I was winning. And then he activates level 2 super, and all of a sudden the game slows down to slow motion, and I lose. And I can't cancel out of the second match. The game won't let me.
No, it definitely won't let you. If you're in the middle of a fight already, you would do so. Phil, you could have just paused, leave match, rage quit. You could have done that, but you didn't. You were expecting this guile to do so. So, you telling him, or telling us, the audience, that he's cheating with no evidence, it just shows right there that you're just a salty little bitch that can't handle loss very well.
Stop it. Get some help.
Funnily enough, I wanted to stop it there after Phil went on that salty little rant during casual play into ranked, but for some reason, I'm going to continue a little bit further. So he went on to play Diablo 4, and since it was the 4th of July, people were shooting off fireworks, you know, as a tradition for the 4th of July. Old man Phil was grumpy and was complaining that they were shooting off fireworks. You know, the day of the life of a hermit boomer.
Oh, yeah, I hear fireworks exploding outside right now. I do. I hear fireworks exploding outside, people setting them off.
Well, yeah, because it is the 4th of July. No shit, they're gonna shoot off fireworks, man.
But no, they don't allow fireworks in my neighborhood. However, just outside of my neighborhood, I can hear them going off.
Well, if they're not coming from your neighborhood, then it's following under strict guidelines. But if you can hear from a distance, yeah, they're going to do it regardless.
No, we live in a private community. Private community, you can just go outside and start shooting off fireworks. It's not allowed.
Usually they could give some guidelines to it, but in some cases they would not. So you would have to go to another designated area. I'm using that in big quotes of designated area. So they would go somewhere else to shoot off fireworks. But there's nothing wrong with going outside and enjoying the fireworks as something that he didn't do. Instead, he just stayed in his office and just played video games.
Just like we can't do a garage sale. We can't do a cookout in the public walking area in the back without permission.
Well, if you can't do any of that, then that just shows you live in a somewhat bad neighborhood. Not because of the crime, but due to the fact that you're not allowed to do anything. But then again, for garage sales and shit of that nature, you would have to have a permit, which is a stupid thing to do, but it is a necessary guideline.
That's what happens when you live in an area with a common area and stuff, you know. You can just do whatever you want.
And he immediately is now regretting this decision. Phil, you were the one that moved to that gated community in Renton whenever you moved from Connecticut. This was on you, but now all of a sudden he's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, this place sucks.
You know, we pay good money for peace and quiet around here, danging nabbit.
Yep, old man Phil coming right out here saying, I want peace and quiet, wah, oh, fireworks, wah.
Had enough. We had enough of the wild people out there doing weird, wild things. We've had enough of them.
This is how so out of touch he is with reality, due to the fact that people are celebrating the 4th of July by shooting off fireworks and having barbecues, but yet he doesn't seem to understand that people can do whatever the fuck they want on this holiday. But he'll look at the American flag as just a piece of cloth, which is a very unpatriotic thing to say. Also, that flag that he has in the background, Not even upright.
That's right, you follow the rules, you get the hell out. But once you get to live here, you realize why the rules are worth following.
When Phil says that he's following guidelines, it's clear as day he's following under the HOA, or the Homeowners Association, meaning that he has to follow certain guidelines. When he was saying something about common areas, they do regulate certain areas that you can use it for barbecues, as he was trying to say that they don't do. Usually they could regulate that to the backyard. However, he's making this whole thing about, oh, you got to get the fuck out if you don't follow the rules. That is usually not the case. They would have to usually make you pay a fine. But if you don't pay that said fine, then they could be able to foreclose on the house, which is a really fucked up thing to do. But then again, this is Phil's fault for moving from a place he didn't have to worry about that to a place that he now has to worry about that. Great fucking strategy there.
Because it's quiet, it's nice. It's a great place to live, let me tell you.
Yeah, great place to live. Oh, I gotta follow these rules. I don't want to follow the rules. I own my house, goddammit.
Yoshino, I'm glad you enjoyed the summer marathon. And
nobody did, Phil. Nobody fucking enjoyed you going over your podcast, what you're gonna do for the remaining half of 2023, your Street Fighter gameplay, and they sure as shit did not enjoy that fucking tier makers list. My fucking god, that was abysmal.
And, my neighbors only hear me raging if it's like, the spring and I have the window open and I'm screaming and it goes right out the window and they can hear it. That's about it. You'd have to be standing right in front of my house in the street to hear me.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring something up here. This is from the past. So, when he got quote-unquote swatted and it only had 2 cops coming in his house, my guess is that his neighbors heard him screaming. They called the police. They wanted to have a wellness check. But in Phil's case, he looked at it like, oh no, my filthy detractor swatted me. The people made this how you don't play almost got me killed. When it was just a fucking wellness check.
Outside of that I've outright asked my neighbors, you know, do you hear me when I'm streaming or whatever? The answer is no. And the reason is because over here, that's another room across the hallway. And apparently here, I actually believe is a nook/big closet on this end of the house and the house over. So basically these 2 walls, it doesn't go to anything where anyone would be able to like sit there and hear me talk, which is...
How do you know that that's the case, Phil? How do you know that on their end, it's a nook and cranny where your office is, or vice versa? How in the hell do you know anything about this if you don't even interact with your neighbors on an everyday basis?
Good, obviously. People want to hear me raging at games, right?
No, because they'll call the police and file a noise complaint.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Say uncle.
I remember this. This is back when he used to live in the condo, where he had a neighbor hearing Phil rage at a video game or like screaming loudly. His neighbor told him to shut up. Yeah, and then he got really fucking quiet, like, oh no, I upset my neighbors. I'll keep quiet. Silently taps on his controller.
Plato says, when you played Spider-Man a long time ago, your neighbor yelled at you to shut up. Yes, that was over a decade ago at a different place that I used to live. I don't know why on earth you think I'm still there.
No, Phil, that's not what they're saying at all. They're just saying, hey, since you brought up the things with noise with neighbors, remember that time. And immediately Phil calls him an idiot. He's like, I can't believe that people think I still live at that shitty condo. Man, you really treat your fans like fucking idiots.
That's really stupid. My neighbor was a drunken idiot who would sit on his back porch completely drunk every night. And if he heard any noise, he would yell at people. And he frequently would be so drunk he would lock himself outside of his house in the middle of the cold of winter. And then he would bang on my door to try to let him back into the building because he was freezing his ass off out there in his underwear.
So I barely heard anything when he said. All I heard was he got locked out and was freezing in his underwear. But I'm calling major fucking bullshit on this. It's just a way for Phil to make himself look like the victim or the hero for helping this mean neighbor of his when he tries to let him in. I'm just calling complete bullshit due to the fact that when Phil was living in that condo, he would constantly get drunk on gin and most alcohols while unhealthy eating all throughout the time he was living there. Again, projection. It's heavily strong when it comes from Phil.
So that's the kind of person my next door neighbor was in Connecticut. You know, complete asshole jackass.
Even though you're the complete jackass asshole.
Do I miss the old condo? Absolutely not. That condo sucked ass.
So when you first got it back in 2009, when you moved in, before you got laid off of your fucking job, you loved that place. You were living by yourself, you could do whatever the fuck you wanted, and you had your own quote-unquote responsibilities while you're there. Now, all of a sudden, that place sucks, even though it's perfect for a man, his wife, and his pet. But the house that you're living in now, it's just unnecessary space with no real purpose.
Like, no exaggeration, that place stunk. I mean, it was my first place living by myself. Previously, I had lived outside of my parents' home by having a 3-bedroom apartment that I shared with 2 roommates, and that was pretty nice. But that place was too small. It was super cold in the winter. It was always hot as shit in the summer. The neighbors were assholes. It was way too expensive. The internet was fucked up. The landlord was a piece of shit who would never show up to do anything to help. It was a joke. I hated that fucking place with a passion. Like I said, the only reason I actually moved there was for my old office job. I don't know why we're talking about that tonight. It was long since past history.
Okay, so the reason why you're talking about that condo now, Phil, is because someone brought up your Spider-Man playthrough where your neighbor told you to shut up because you were being loud. Same case with this. And you brought up the whole thing about the neighbors saying that it's not loud. That's what sparked this whole conversation, Phil. But you wanted to turn it into, the condo sucked. Oh, it got hot in the summer, it was cold in the winter, and the landlord didn't do anything. Even though he owned that fucking condo. He owned that little piece of apartment property that he lived in. And the landlord didn't do anything. It's due to the fact that Phil, if he had any problems with it, like AC went off or the heater didn't work, he never put in the proper paperwork to talk about like, hey, can you come fix this? Never did any of that. So he's just making up bullshit to make it look like, the house that he's living in, rented in this gated fucking community is the best place he's ever been in, except for the roommates that he had to share an apartment with. But regardless of that, though, which again is bullshit, that house is done nothing. It's just accumulating dust, black mold in a broken shower, and it just smells of cat shit and piss because of the garage. Again, Phil, that's what sparked it, was someone asking you a question.
Haseo says, man, your snake creatures, your Slytherin heritage would appear in Diablo 4. Yeah. The power of Slytherin. Remember when we first started playing this last month, we actually hit all of our tips goals, and I put on the Slytherin hat and the Slytherin scarf for you guys. But since then, I don't think we actually hit tips goals for anything ever again.
No, because this became incredibly fucking boring, and your audio for this game is completely fucked. But you want people to give you that money. You know, you're pointing at the tip jar going, hint, hint, if you hit that 3 tips goals, I could do that again. It's never going to happen with Phil, though. Also, whatever happened to Hogwarts Legacy? Didn't you drop it and never come back, saying that the game was too long? And now you're complaining that games are way too long?
So, we never actually talked about it after that. Playthrough quieted down right away. All the hype. Which I knew it would. I'm not complaining. I totally knew that this game wasn't going to get a lot of hype. It's such a grindy, repetitive game. It's meant to be like a chill thing. It's not meant to, this is like mainstream super hype. Some people thought it was going to be, and I was like, you understand, it will never be super hype on my stream, a game like this.
No, because anytime he would play a game like Diablo, or just any RPG in general, he never gets support. Due to the fact that he plays the game way too fucking boringly, and he'll try to milk it for its worth every single time that he plays, like, I don't know, 2 to 3 months in an RPG. He's on Act 5 after 4 weeks of constantly shifting around different games, because he's a variety content creator. And people are mostly done with it within a week or two, because some people have a lot of time on their hands, or they actually take gaming as a job seriously. I mean, what else can we really say about this issue that Asmongold hasn't said about it already?
From Guitar Player, how's it going? He says, hopefully I'll get lucky this year and not have a bunch of idiots shoot off firecrackers in my apartment parking lot. I wish you the best of luck there, Guitar Player. No one's allowed to do it in my neighborhood, yet we are still hearing it around.
Maybe it's from a fucking distance, Phil. Maybe it's from another spot that's close by to your gated community where it's peace and quiet, and they're just shooting off fireworks. It's like, Phil, you do not like it when people have fun. It's the 4th of fucking July. People are outside, they're going to bars and celebrating with their friends or family, and they're also going around shooting off fireworks because it's tradition, you know, celebrating the 4th of July. So yeah, Phil does not celebrate traditions except Christmas and Thanksgiving, where he becomes a fat fucking pig and becomes incredibly lazy.
Around us in the surrounding areas, so it's really, you know, it's kind of unavoidable this time of year in the United States.
Oh, it's avoidable when people celebrate any holiday with fireworks. Yeah, totally. And in apartment complexes, granted, it's fun to do, but if you have work in the morning, like if you have to go to bed early to go to work in the morning, people shooting off fireworks, yeah, I can understand how that's an issue, but Phil never has this issue. So I don't know why he's complaining.
It is what it is. You just got to kind of deal with it for, a few days to weeks to months. Because, yes, people are that stupid. They'll do it all summer because they're moronic.
Wait. What? Yeah, I'm agreeing with Memology's point on this. People are stupid for enjoying time with their family or with their friends. Yeah, that's the thing that makes zero sense. Phil, it's the summer. People with families have their kids throughout the summer because school is out. They want to spend time with their families. They want to enjoy their time. They want to do whatever it needs necessary. Fireworks being shot off throughout the summer, that's a complete exaggeration. Due to the fact that they shoot it off maybe, I don't know, 3 days, the 3rd through the 5th, due to the fact that some people don't get a chance to celebrate the 4th of July. Just saying.
I feel for you, though. Thank you, Guitar Player, for the tip.
I feel for you. People that don't have families and give money to me as a responsibility. I feel for you when you really don't.
It would be great if we could get some more members, guys. You see, we lost a ton of members.
I wish I had more members, because I have organic growth. People give him subs. Oh, that's organic growth. They go away, and it just shows really quick that it's all inorganic and not actual natural growth.
Essentially, this month has been a tough one because I've been trying to juggle 3 RPGs while playing Street Fighter and...
No. You're struggling to play a fighting game, 2 RPGs, and an action-adventure game. I still don't get why people call Zelda an RPG.
And essentially, no one's really superbly happy. I think people who like Street Fighter are the happiest, but it's been tough, and when stuff like that is going on, you're juggling so much, it's hard to please anyone. So
Phil, that's on you, not everyone else. It's not the audience watching you. It's not the detractors that make fun of you. That's all on you. You're juggling these games that are so long and bloated that it's not giving you that organic, natural, monetary growth like you want it to be. So that, again, is on you. The man with a business degree.
You get asked would I fight LTG in Street Fighter 6 if he accepted. I've already told you guys that I did send him a message at one point to see if he was interested, and he never responded, meaning he's not interested.
No, it's not the fact that he's not interested. He already knows who you are, Phil. People have compared him to you, and vice versa. And he doesn't even like your guts at all. Plus, you failed to keep in mind that LTG does not play Street Fighter 6 anymore. He said he suspended it indefinitely, meaning that he might not come back to it at all. So you're shit out of luck for that to try to chase for clout.
Now, this morning, someone had said something about that free 1-up apparently has come back, and is starting to make YouTube shorts of Street Fighter 6. Someone said, would you play him in a set? To which I said, yes, I would play free 1-up in a set. This is the guy who I did an epic set with back in the early days of Street Fighter 4, and I would absolutely play a set with him too, but...
No. It's not the fact that you want to play with these people. It's the fact that you're trying to get clout out of it. I mean, going back to Diablo when he made that video on you, you immediately were happy that someone was analyzing you while completely ignoring the fact that he was killing you with kindness with that video. Like, he was calling your shit out immediately, but he was being professional about it, which is a very good way to act. But as soon as people started telling him to not associate with you, you found out and you deleted your own comment on that video. So, yeah, so much for chasing clout, huh?
For me, if anyone wants to contact me, I'm a public figure in many ways to contact me. You know what I mean? Like...
No. You don't want to go on Twitter and look for DMs. You're not going to look in the comments. You want them to email you because you want to learn more information about these people. You don't give a shit about any other means. I mean, going back to Keemstar, he said, hey, DM me on Twitter. No, just email me, which is, again, a complete waste of time.
You can reach out, a private message on Twitter. You can tweet me.
Even though you don't, and you block most of the people on Twitter.
You can type me an email.
He wants the email. He doesn't give a shit about Twitter.
Come to my stream. There's many ways to reach out to me.
Yeah, but if they come to you on stream and offered it to you, you would completely fucking ignore it, or your mods would ban them.
I don't want to bother these people. I'm not actively seeking that. Like,
yes, you are. You want clout and attention because you're dying. Your whole channel is dying. You're not relying on organic growth anymore. You're relying on inorganic growth. The gifted subs, the quote-unquote word of mouth, the viral clips that go around you when they're making fun of you when you're playing Tears of the Kingdom. That's what you want, because that way more drama gets stirred up. You talk about it, and then you go back to your normal routine and just move on from it. Which, in reality, it has done nothing positive for you at all. It has done nothing to help you grow.
Like, would it be cool to do a set against someone, a notable YouTuber? Yeah, it would.
Even though there are many other people that have offered to fight you and you declined them.
Do I care? I mean, I'm not going out of my way to do it. I don't
Yes, you are. You want the attention.
really care. It's all, if you guys want to see it, I would say it's on you guys if you're really interested and if you have ways to contact these guys.
No, Phil, it's not on your fans or your audience to do so. It is up to you to reach out. Don't put it on the other people, aka the viewers, to do your work for you. It just shows how lazy you are and really just shows how uninspired you are.
And talk with them, then, let them know the deal. Let them know you want to see it or whatever. Don't harass them or anything, but just...
No, but it's okay if I harass people because I'm Darkside Phil. This is my stream. I get to harass whoever I want.
if you're on a stream of theirs, say, hey, just so you know, I'd love to see you play Darkside Phil and see what they say if they're in.
They would probably tell them flat out no because they already know who you are and they don't want anything to do with you. You are a toxic cancer to the fighting game community, to games in general, to the Let's Play community, to the YouTube community, as well as the Twitch community. You are considered a stain that will never go away. No matter how many times we had to pour bleach and cleaner onto it, you are the stain that will never go away.
Interested, there's ways to reach out to me to do it, right?
Yeah, but how many times you will never answer DMs on Twitter, you won't answer comments on streams, comments on videos. Instead, it's all relying on email. The old-fashioned way.
I kind of thought hell would be a little bit more formidable, but I'll just walk right through all you assholes.
You see why I don't really cover the Diablo shit? Due to the fact that this audio is abysmal.
Why not? They let me. All right, I gotta fight them. All right, fine. Fine, I have to fight these guys now. All right.
No shit, you gotta fight them, Phil, due to the fact that they're chasing you, and you're being swarmed by these enemies. That's the one thing about Diablo that's kind of a pain in the ass, but you have to deal with it accordingly. Deal with all the enemies that you see, go forward, deal with those enemies, go forward. That way you don't have any stragglers coming behind you to kick your ass.
Alright, I get it. Can't skip everything in hell. Come on, what's the fun of that? Oh, I already died.
Yeah, that's why, Phil, because you weren't attacking accordingly. Instead, you thought running through the fucking game without dealing with enemies is the best course of action. Kudos. All on level 1 world tier status.
I couldn't even do anything. I was doing it, and then it just stopped letting me control my character.
No, Phil, you stopped controlling the character, not the game. Get it right.
I have no idea what happened. I don't even know who, if I got stunned.
It said who it is. Look in the bottom right there. You were killed by a vile overseer. So clear as day that you don't pay attention to anything. You want to make up excuses like, oh, I don't get it. What killed me?
I couldn't even see.
You could see just fine, Phil. Just stop complaining and stop making up bullshit.
So that was stupid.
Yes, your whole Diablo stream is incredibly stupid. It comes as no surprise that Phil will always make up excuses for any games that he plays. But Final Fantasy 16 saying that the game is incredibly boring for the cutscenes that it has when it's trying to establish its lore and also tell a story, he really doesn't like anything of that sort. He wants to rush through it as quickly as possible, but will immediately insult people that actually enjoy games like that, saying that they're stupid and that they're idiots for enjoying the game, while being completely dickish about it. Yet he'll go on to play Street Fighter 6, while complaining that Final Fantasy 16, Diablo 4, and Tears of the Kingdom are not that good because they are quote-unquote long-winded RPGs and they are considered the late-night streams. Even though these games are good on their own, he just doesn't want to admit it. But the whole thing that I find incredibly fucking funny though, is just how unpatriotic Phil can really be. When people are launching off fireworks to spend time with their friends and family, even though it's not even in his quote-unquote gated community, he will always make up the excuse and sound like an old hermit boomer by saying that, oh, they shouldn't be doing that, I want peace and quiet, even though he called the American flag a piece of fucking cloth. It is all just completely stupid how Phil is when it comes to reality. Phil, if you say that you want to keep in touch with traditions, follow with the times, follow with what holidays actually mean, follow what they actually are trying to tell you to celebrate it, and stop making up bullshit excuses to why you do not celebrate them. It's clear as day that your DSP dick-sucking pandemonia event wasn't really that necessary, and it was just a complete waste of time, just like you always do with your streams. But before we end this off, we will do our beloved Phil prayer to keep us sane and safe throughout these dark times. Deliver us from the dents, deliver us from the pay pigs, deliver us from the pignosis. May we never become dented, may we never become beggars like Darkside Phil, and for the love of God, may we never stoop to that level where if people are enjoying themselves with fireworks, that we just make up constant excuses and just insult people for having fun. Let's never get to that point in our lives. Amen.